Hi everyone, this is Jane here, just doing a few bits and bobs at the moment to go up on my junk journal channel. So this is a pile of stuff that I have on my desk. I just thought I'd do something that is kind of like, let's use up what's on my desk. I'm actually going to be moving really soon. Well, I hope really soon. I'm not quite sure of the date yet, but not far off. There probably won't be many videos over the next month or so. I will do some when I can though, because there's a lot going on. There's a lot to do. But anyway, that's my kind of life update, moving. But I just thought, I've just been clearing up my craft table, and I just thought, I tell you what, let's just use up what's on the table to see what we can make out of what we have. Because that's going to clear up my desk, and also it might be fun to do. I do have this little thing that I made. This I saw on Treasure Books. I think I'll link it below. But I've been going through all my old like bank statement. I've got boxes of stuff like that I need to just shred. So I've been opening the envelopes, and within those things there's quite often the reply envelopes that they put in. So I've been keeping them all to make things with. If the worst comes to worst and I have to chuck them out at the end before I go, then I do. But I just thought I would keep some for now. And I made this little ephemera holder, which kind of just pops out like that. I love it. It's really, really cool. And really easy to make. So I'll link down the just in the description box below how to do that. And if I've got time, I might make one with you, and just so that you can see how I did it. She's got a really great video on there about how to do it, but I might just do a video of my own just to pop on my channel. This does need a seal thing. Going to do that later. Just didn't have time to mess about with that at the time. If I did it again, I think I would tea dye the envelopes, because I kind of don't really like the glaring white. I did sort of just quickly stencil over them before I put them together, because I thought they might show up quite a lot, and they show up more than I anticipated. So I think if I did it again, I would probably tea dye the envelopes. But anyway, that's aside. So here's my pile of stuff that I have. I won't be needing that. That can go in a drawer. That I thought we could just finish off. That's something I need to put away. Right, so let's see what we've got that we can use to make something with. So I've got this thing hanging around, which is just a, sorry, I didn't do it on the camera. I've got this hanging around, which is just a wrapping thing that goes around ready meals. So I tend to keep these because they're quite handy sizes for making things like little tags or journal cards, especially for like the mini journals that I make, because they're round about the right sort of size. So this bit of it would probably be too big to go into one of my mini journals, but it definitely go into like an A5 size one. This bit I'll chuck because it is like, it's all folded and it's all gluey, and to be honest, I might have in the old days kept that, but I'm going to have less space at the moment to be doing with, because moving. So let's see what we're going to do with this. Now, the only thing with these is really that this is quite, it will show through if the paper's too thin. So let's just see what we have in terms of paper that we could stick over it because it won't show through the music page, which is excellent news. I don't think it will show through the book page either. But something like this, I don't know, actually it might not show through that either. Right, okay, so let's see about that. Yeah, I think we're all right. So actually we can just stick on what we want to stick on. Let me just move back a little bit because just getting up to see what you can actually see. That's it. Okay. Okay. So let's just stick some stuff on this. So what I'll do is I'll just use some glue stick for now. Let's just do the top bit first. Put the lid back on. I always leave the lid off, get called away, and then, you know, we're back to square one. So, actually, let's put this on there for now. That might be quite pretty. And then we could, let's just go down a bit. That's that. Stick a little bit of paper there. What could we have down the other side? What have we got here that's good and interesting? I don't think that the blues will work because the blues and the pinks might not be the thing. Got a bit of book page though. That's just popped itself up. I will just tear off this edge. Okay. Let's not line it all up so that it's all that down there. Try not to keep it all uniform so that it's interesting. What could we put down this side? About a bit of you. The good thing about music pages is you don't have to have it all up the same way if you don't want to. You don't have to have anything up the same way if you don't want to be honest. You know, it's junk journals, there's no rules. But I'll just rip this edge off so that we've got a bit of a torn edge to make it a little bit more interesting. That's that. Cool, that's that. And then what can we put? What can we put down here? What have I got? It's got more of that. It's got more of that. Got more book page. Got a bit more book page. Got a bit more book page. Or we've got something a bit more plain. Actually, what we'll do is we'll stick this bit of book page, but it will be the plain bit of the book page. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it up a little bit up here. This glue's running out. I need to get a new glue. That would be good. I'm just going to tear a little bit of this off. So again, we've got a torn edge rather than a... If you've just got a tiny bit that you want to tear off, a good trick is to put the ruler over the tiny edge and then rip the big edge. It's easier. So that's quite a good trick. So we can put that down the bottom. Like that. Excellent. Right, so let's just trim it all off. It's going to end up with more bits now, but never mind. You can always use them up, or in the worst possible scenario, chuck the really small bits away. Get it off. I always really like doing this. When you leave the bits hanging off and then you trim them off at the end, then once you turn it over, you have something that is you weren't always expecting. So I think that looks really cool. Excellent. Excellent. Now, do we want to put anything else on there for now? Let's leave that to one side for now, and we can finish it off with some other bits and bobs later on. So now, where's that other bit of card? There it is. Let's have a go with this bit of card. I'll keep the blue bits for... Actually, no, I will use some of the blue bits. I want to leave that butterfly because I want to put that on... I want to sort of fussy cut that out. So actually, I think what I'll do is I will fussy, but I'll sort of roughly cut it out for now. And then I will fussy cut that out later because I really love the colour of that. So we'll put that there for now. And maybe just use a few bits and pieces of this. A bit of book page, a bit of blank stuff. Won't use the pink for this, so we're going blue on this one. Right, so I'm just gonna use the glue stick. Put the lid on because you always forget. Now let's just rip a bit off. Because we've also got the other side of it. We've also got the other side of it that we can use, which is quite nice. So I'm gonna just do this. And what I'm gonna do with this one is, bear with me for 2 seconds. Through my ink, and it will always be the last one that I come across. So I bought some new inks, like, because I really needed new inks, but I thought, you know, why not? It had all been a bit stressful, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to treat myself. So I bought this one, which is Uncharted Mariner. So what I thought I might do is just put ink down this ripped edge. So that it's like that. Right, now the only thing right, okay, so this is the thing about when you're doing like a craft with me, you see all the disasters. So first things first, I'm going to shove this bit of music paper on first of all in the corner. And then I think what I will do is put some book page down on this side. And then I think I will put this over some of that, which is going to cover up quite a lot of the book page, but you know what, hey ho. Hey ho, never mind. Right, for this I'm going to glue the actual piece because I've already glued quite a lot, and I can just pop this down like that. Maybe just move it over a smidge. Okay. This, if it will move, I don't think it will. Might just trim that bottom bit off. Okay, so now I just need something to go down this side. Let's see if we've got something here that will do. Excuse the phone ringing in the background. Okay, let's just... tear this bit off. We'll tear across the bottom. And I'll stick this up in the corner. Actually, we'll just tear down this side as well. So it's got a bit of a rough edge. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. So that's that. And let's just put a bit of ink down there. Oops. And I'll just put a little bit more glue over that because it's probably dried off now. And just stick that over there. This won't have glue, so we'll pop that on like that. Okay, let's just, now some of that's still a bit sticky, but it will dry. It's not a disaster if there's a little bit of glue over, and it won't notice. So let's just cut that off there. Now where's that bottom bit? There it is. Okay, so we're just going to cut off, let's do this side first. I'm just going to cut a little bit of the bottom off, as there was that tiny little bit that was not quite covered, and this still is. So I'll just cut another little smidge off of there. That should do. And then this one, cool, it's good. So this actually has been a little bit torn off from when I pulled the packaging apart. So you could do two things. You could either cut it off if you feel like it. If you wanted to, you could. And I might do that because that is very flimsy. Or what I could have done is just sort of put some washi tape or something across it. But that little bit there is really flimsy, so I'm going to get rid of it. And that'll be quite cool. Okay. And then what I might do is just trim off this butterfly. It's just like really sort of roughly. I'm not a brilliant fussy cutter, so I don't have a lot of patience. So not too bad. Let's just trim off those edges there. Okay, so chuck those little tiny bits away. The other thing that I had here was a little bit of like vellum paper. So I might just rip a bit of that off, because it's not a piece of, like, the pattern on it's not one that I particularly like. So I ended up using it to tip some ink out of, no, some what are those called, like Nuvo drops, stickles, those things. So I'd kind of done that. So it's not a great bit of vellum. But what I thought we could do is maybe trim it off with some posh scissors, and then put the butterfly on top of it. Maybe. Let's get some posh scissors first. What flavour are these? These are wavy scissors. I don't use these very much, but let's have a go. I'm not sure that they are actually cutting the paper, or whether they're just folding it, really. Let's try again up the top. Yeah, I think it's cut now. Okay, so how about we try with a little bit of ink around the edges of it. Cool. Okay. So now we can put that on, probably put it on at a bit of an angle. Maybe put it down a bit, so actually, maybe not. No, actually, you know what? I'm going to put it more or less in the middle. Okay, so let's just put it more or less in the middle at a bit of a jaunty angle, like that. Okay, that's that. And then what I'm going to do with the butterfly, to make it stand out more than it does, more than it would if I put blue on it, I'm just going to put brown on it. I just grabbed some walnut stain because that's the first one that came out. So let's just put brown around Mr. Butterfly. There we go. That's you. That's you. That's you. Then just get a bit of, I'll just do it on the back of that because then it won't matter. That's that. Get rid of that. And then, this is the right way up, we could just stick our butterfly. Which way should we have him going? Should we have him going straight up? Or should we have him going this way? That way, this way. I want him at a bit of a jaunty angle, I think. So I'm going to plop him there. So I think that looks quite cool. Put a little bit of glue under you. So you can put a bit of lace on there to kind of put another, you know, another angle to it. I might well do that at some point. I haven't got any lace on the table at the moment though. Oh, I do, I have got this. So you could put in the corner a bit of a doily. because this doily's already got a rip in it, so I won't be able to use it in my journals in the way that I usually do. I think I will stick a bit of, actually, just that corner. Yep, I'm going to put it in that corner. Right, so let's just get a bit of paper, put it underneath there. So we just make a bit of a half moon shape on the corner, like that. Put that like that. And then stick you, take you out, otherwise we'll stick everything to you. Stick this in the corner. Actually, let me just get that off if I can. Bring it up a little bit more because I've got more glue on there than I thought. So that's in the corner like that. Just cut that off. So that looks quite cool. It's a bit of a different texture as well. So that's the blue one, and actually to use this little bit of thingy up, I might put it, put some down like that. That'll be quite nice. Using things up feels good. So I'm just going to put a squidge like that. Perfect. Did a bit of extra glue there. If you rub it, it will come off. You could always wipe it off with a baby wipe as well. There's always that option. And then you can just chop that off. The other side. Chop that off. It's a nice bit of doily. There's a spot for another bit to go. Actually, if I put it there, it might just make that little bit of plain a bit more interesting. So let's do that. My glue has just about run out. So after this, I might need to get a new bit out. Just stick that little guy there. So that gives it a nice little bit of texture as well. Throw those other little bits away because I'm sure if I really sat here long enough I could find somewhere to put them, but don't let the video get too long. That will dry. So just out of the bits and bobs that I've had left on my desk, and I do actually have another bit of packaging that I was going to use somewhere here, so I might do that bit later on. We've got these two little guys, and you can round the corners, you can make them into tags, you could paint over them with a texture paste, might do that. So there's loads of different things that you can do with those, and you've kind of used up a bit of your rubbish from the desk that you might not have used or would have just sat there getting in the way in my case. So it's a good thing. I've got rid of all the little tiny weeny bits that can't really be used for anything. I still have a few bits and bobs. I've got this bit of sari silk I might put on one of those. But anyway, that's where we're at. That's what we did. Managed to use up some stuff, tidied up the desk a bit. and made a video. Everyone's a winner. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed having a little craft with me, tidy up, make more mess session. And I will be back at some point, not sure when. I am working on a journal at the moment, so if I can do a video or something of that, I will do. It just all might be a little bit higgledy-piggledy at the moment because of the whole move situation. Not that it's not usually higgledy-piggledy with me, because it really is. I don't kind of stick to a timetable. But I will catch up with you all soon. If you have liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. That would be really cool. Subscribe if you like my stuff. And I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.